Hello guys, welcome to NXBTO new video, and in this video I'm going to give you an update to the price of Bitcoin. And as we can see, Bitcoin is still holding the top of our 29,000 level. It's trying to build support around this exact level, and if we look at the weekly candle, this is our third week closing above our 29,000 level. So as I mentioned on previous video, this week could be preparing Bitcoin to consolidate above the top of our 29,000 level, and allowing the new week to start with the more confidence and having the necessary support to challenge our next Fibonacci level, which is 36,000 level, our 36,000 level. So on this ground, as we have two strong weeks holding three strong weeks closed above our Fibonacci level, I would like to show you as well the monthly candle. So last month, which was the month of June, closed clearly with the body of the candle above our 29,000 level, which is very important and good to hold as a sign that Bitcoin is holding, showing more confidence around this at the top of our 29,000 level. So a monthly close there allowed this new month that started to build confidently and push to the next Fibonacci level. So as you can see, we had the price is actually retested around 30,160 and is currently pushing higher. As long as it doesn't break this our 29,000 level, this is a good sign that Bitcoin is prepared or is preparing to push to our next Fibonacci level. So we have a monthly close above our 29,000 level. We have already 3 weeks closing above our 29,000 level. So this show how important is our level for Bitcoin to hold our level and build more momentum and push higher. So that's the only way we can actually say that our next Bitcoin gain can actually be our next the area between 59,000 level and 70,000 level based on this measure move. That's the only way we can build with confidence to push toward those levels within this time frame, which is 15th of May 2023 and 27th of November 2023. So that's the only way Bitcoin can build momentum and push toward this level within this time frame. We have something else to show, as you might notice already on the chart. We are basically comparing when Litecoin, this altcoin, Litecoin USD broke a major trend line around the same time, in this case around November 2020. So Litecoin managed to break this trend line, downward trend line to the upside, which actually marked the beginning of the bull market acceleration, let's say, when Bitcoin started to do quick gains. And actually, if you look, it was exactly at the same time when, if you look at this date, November, 2020, and come to November 2020, on this candle, we can see is the candle where Bitcoin was able to break our 13,894 level, which marked the beginning of the bull market acceleration, where Bitcoin was able to put a lot of gains quicker. So Litecoin broke out exactly on November 2020, which is around this time, November 2020, broke out and helped confirm that Bitcoin was actually set to make new highs. So as we go back and look at what Litecoin is doing right now, the reason why we are looking at this data is because this could be happening at the moment. Of course, there's no confirmation yet. We are not actually breaking outside of this trend line, but we have tested this trend line and possibly closed the trend line with the weekly candle. Last week candle closed with a body outside of this trend line, although this week is already retesting. These we will have to wait and for the confirmation. If this week continue to push higher, we're going to have to consider that our Litecoin is actually breaking this trend line exactly at the same time whereby Bitcoin is actually holding our 29,000 level. So holding our 29,000 level of support, broke the top of this channel. We have the target move, the measured move with the possibility for Bitcoin to gain, to move to the area between 59,000 and 77,000 level, which is similar to what happened after we broke our 13,000 level and pushed higher. So we measured this move and copied, just copied this measured move and placed at the top of our 30,000 level. And this move is giving us a target of around $140,000. $140,000. So we are not saying that Bitcoin is going there, but there is a possibility for Bitcoin to reach 130,000 level, which would mean a new all-time high. So based on Litecoin, if Litecoin is to break and confirm that is breaking this trend line to the upside and finally consolidate around this Fibonacci level and possibly not reaching new highs, because last time Litecoin didn't reach a new high. It basically from a double top around $421. So we can count that at least Litecoin can possibly reach $421. If it breaks this trend line to the upside and confirm, Another aspect that we are trying to consider is the confirmation of this breakout came after the RSI broke the top of this downward trend line, the yellow downward trend line. Breaking this long-term trend line gave us confirmation that Litecoin was actually on the move and confirming that Bitcoin was also on the move. Now we have this downward trend line. Litecoin is trying to break the top of this trend line. The RSI broke the top of the downward trend line, but with the current correction on the price, we can see that the RSI is currently kind of getting rejected or breaking inside the trend line again, which is not good. If this week close and this trend line and the RSI close below this trend line again, we can say that Litecoin is actually rejecting. It's not making a breakout. It's not breaking out at the moment. But we can wait for this week look under to close and the next week to open and see where Litecoin is going to be standing. If Litecoin is found to be around 137,000, which is the next Fibonacci level, this RSI will likely, of course, be outside of this trend line, which is a clear sign of breakout if we compare it to what happened on the beginning of the last bull market. So we need this RSI to flip again and stay above this trend line, confirming the breakout on the price of Litecoin. For this to happen, we need Litecoin above $114 or at least close to $137 to get this confirmation. So this is why we think it's important to keep an eye on Litecoin and see if it's going to give us confirmation that we are on our way and Bitcoin is able to target those levels. First, we want to keep an eye on this level within this time frame. If we're going to reach this target, within these two Fibonacci level, and kind of find rejection and then continue, we might see Bitcoin reaching 140,000. But for this to happen, we need to take down and all these areas as support. But we already know the first target is 59,000. You will see how we deal with this level, and if you flip and hold it as support, we have our next move, which would mark the the new high for Bitcoin in this case. So this the relationship we're trying to establish between Bitcoin and Litecoin, and use Litecoin as an indicator to give us a little bit of insight on what's actually happened to Bitcoin. The reason why we think Litecoin is important is because last time we had Bitcoin on breaking this channel to the upside and topping on July 2019, where Bitcoin found resistance exactly at this level, the 13,000 level or 13,000 level, which made us go back into the bear market, or just show that Bitcoin was still in a bear market, where we saw Bitcoin having to drop another 70%, which is a sign that we are not in a bull market. We had a lot of consolidation to make before we actually confirm breaking above our 13,000 level and confirm. So Litecoin clearly showed that, okay, June 2019 was not a bull market. So that's why we got rejected. And before, only when Litecoin was able to break this trend line to the upside is exactly where the bull market started, which is again after we took down the 13,000 level and push higher. So Litecoin can be signaling if we are set to push higher, or if we could experience another correction and probably retest this area. In the worst case scenario, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but if this happens, we reject from this area, start and sit down around this trend line and move again, we will have to see if Litecoin is able to break this trend line to the upside. As long as Litecoin breaks this trend line to the upside, we can confirm that we have an indication that Bitcoin is able to set new highs, or at least go towards our triple top, in this case for this measure move. Otherwise, it could be, if Litecoin breaks this trend line to the upside and start pushing towards the next Fibonacci level, we can actually confirm that Bitcoin could make new highs. We cannot say that is before 2023, but we can say that at least we can reach 59,000, which is this measure move. Maybe try to consolidate, find support around our 46,000 level, for instance, which is a very important level, where when we got rejected, we actually went down to the bottom of this bear market. So having Bitcoin pushing toward 59,000 and 77,000 and get rejected, finally support at 46,000 level, and then push higher, this would push Bitcoin to reach this target. In case we have a Litecoin breakout, we could say that this target could be reached between November and June 2024 in this case, which is our next major event. So having Bitcoin going before December to 59,000, between 59,000 and 77,000, getting rejected, finding support around 46,000 level possibly, and then start to move higher. This could we could see Bitcoin around 140 in case we get a confirmation from Litecoin that we are breaking this trend, the top of this channel, and we are pushing higher. So we can now check our ratio and see that the ratio is behaving normally. You know, we have the ratio below both moving average. We have the RSI got rejected from 53.91 level, broke the top of this downward trend line, and of course we wanted to come and touch this 18.62 level on the RSI to confirm that this current move has legs to continue to move higher. Another thing we want to look at is the dominance. You can see the dominance reached as high as 52%, Bitcoin dominance 52%. Now it's having a little correction. You know, we can see that every time the RSI comes around this yellow line, which is it marks the oversold territory, overbought territory, and this kind of makes the dominance cool down a little bit. We reach this area around 52%, and now currently coming down. That's why we can see that the dominance is currently at 51 and was as low as 50%. So if you go to the weekly candle, we can see why we are able, every time the RSI is touching this upward trend line, the Bitcoin dominance cools down for a little bit. You know, as long as it doesn't break this trend line to the upside, in considering that the Bitcoin dominance is currently getting rejected by the 200-week moving average, it's acting as a major, wall where the dominance went 52% is, and is at the moment it looks like it's struggling to push higher. On the previous video, we say that it's possible to see Bitcoin at 55%. Yes, of course, it is possible, but we have to take in consideration that the 200-week moving average is a very strong moving average. We can see last time Bitcoin interacted with the 200-day that it couldn't go above it and got rejected before it could actually break and finally get rejected by our Fibonacci level. So of course we can get rejected by the 0.5 and 0.6 Fibonacci level, but for the moment we know the 200-week moving average is acting as a wall against the Bitcoin dominance, and we can see as well that the RSI is not able to break the top of this yellow trend line. We can say for the moment that Bitcoin is might be giving some strength to altcoin, or at least it can consolidate a little bit on this coming from support around the 50% area on this Fibonacci, and probably push higher. But for the moment, we expect it to be around this area for a while. So that's it for today, guys. That's it for today. We can see that we have 2 weekly candle closing above our 29,000 level, which is good. It's a sign of respect. It's a sign that building confidence before we can move higher. We know last week we briefly went below our 29,000 level around 29,500, 29,600, but quickly pushed back high and is holding 29,000 very strongly and protecting the top of our downward channel, the dark blue channel. We don't want this price to come and go below our dark blue channel. This would be a sign of weakness. It's a sign that the price could be reversing to the downside again. So we already broke the top of this channel. We are holding the top of this channel as support. We're holding 29,000 support. We want to focus on our next target and see if you can find more indications like the litecoin example that you just showed, that we are prepared to push higher in this case and hold this level at support. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much.